So, I am currently out on the Cumbria Way, as you might have gathered. I'm about 6 miles in, and the weather is cold. It started off really nice and warm, but it's gone cold enough to put the old gloves on. Some beautiful scenery behind us, the old man of Coniston just over there, and it's been a really nice walk so far. And I've done the Cumbria Way before. I did it 2 years ago. It was actually my first long distance hike that I did, and I made so many mistakes on that trip. It was unbelievable. But this time it's a little bit different. I'm a little bit packed a little bit lighter. I think the first time I was carrying about 21 kilo or something stupid. This time I'm carrying, I think this morning I was carrying about 15 kilo. The pack that I've chosen to take is the Bumpus Framus, which is a 48 litre backpack. And this is the first real time I've had a chance to take it out, so I'm just really trying to dial it in. But the version of the Cumbria Way I'm doing this time is not the normal route. I'm doing the mountain route, which is not an official path. So you do deviate off the main Cumbria Way route and you go over 3 mountains essentially. Now today we'll end up in Torver, we think, by the end of the day, but we might sum it up to around the old man of Coniston and kind of camp around there, but we're not too sure yet. We're just going to see how we feel when we get there. Like I said, I'm out with Paul, who's just over there flying his drone. Say hi, Paul. Hello. But we'll have a chat with Paul later. The aim for this video really is to try and keep, I'm not going to do loads and loads of filming. It's more to show you various points along the route and explain about the day, how it went, and any pitfalls to look out for, places to stop, places to pitch the tent, that sort of thing. That looks very apocalyptic.
It's a warning to all moles.
Yeah. Right, so in the comments, if anyone can say why there's these little moles kind of hung up here, please do let us know, because I've never seen that before.
That is grim.
That is grim. Any problems there, Paul?
Yeah, not moving. Well, they seem to be.
So we seem to have got a bit of a situation with the horses where we don't really want to go behind them because we don't want to end up getting kicked, and they don't really want to be moving.
I'm going to have to barge through. I'm sorry, horse. I'm very sorry. Pack's too big. Pack's too big.
Yeah, Paul in his massive pack. It's those side pockets. Hello, matey. Sorry. I do apologise. And they're very good. Beautiful horses. I mean, look at this scenery. This is spectacular. As always, it probably doesn't come across on camera, but it's just stunning. You could pitch your tent here, vestibule open, zero wind, and it's actually quite mild.
Running stuff with me and ran that. Oh man, it was so cool. It was boiling hot.
Right, so we've just come to the point where the Cumbria Way officially diverts off here, or should I say the mountain route diverts off here. Cumbria Way, you go across here, but we'll be heading straight on up here, which will then go into Torver. Right, so we're just coming into the Torver now. It's starting to rain a bit. It's looking a bit ropey up on the old man of Coniston, and yeah, I think we're going to go and have a beer and figure out what we're going to do.
Yes, we are.
Paul's dying for a beer. He's got a bit of a problem. So we're in Wilson's Arms, I think it's called. Wilson's Arms.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is a very nice pub. So if you are doing the mountain route, Definitely stop here. Really nice, quite expensive for food. They do got some really nice ales.
It's a little bit posh.
It's a bit posh. Way too posh for us. Yeah, definitely stop off here. So, big thumbs up to that pub. That was nice, wasn't it? Right, so we're going through a little lovely, I don't know what you would call this. It's not a village, it's a
Hamlet.
Hamlet. We're going through a hamlet. And it's quite delightful. So we're heading up to, what's the quarry called again?
Banish Head or Banish Head?
Banish Head Quarry. I'll put the name on the screen. And it looks really beautiful. We have no idea whether there's a pitching spot there or not, so we'll have a look. But if not, I'm sure we'll find something nearby. So we think this is the quarry. So yeah, we're just now having a think. So I think we go down here and around. We're gonna have a look, see if there's somewhere to pitch up. The old man of Coniston just popping its head over there.
See, I just look at that and I just want to run up it.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Off you go.
I just want to.
Okay. He couldn't help himself.
There's some pretty nice camp spots up here.
Oh really?
It's real nice flat.
Oh. Alright. I might
Some old buildings.
take the easy route. Right, you're not gonna be able to see a thing because it's pitch black, but we have got the tents pitched. So my ex-mid is here, which again you cannot see at all. And then Paul's got his little posh wanky tent. So explain to the ladies and gentlemen what this tent is.
So it's a tarp tent, double rainbow, double wall, ultra. So it's using the new ultra fabric for the fly. It's obviously got an inner tent as well with this band of solid material just around the bottom, which I actually quite like, just to cut out a little bit of wind, but the rest of it is mesh on the inside. So it is double wall, weighs about, very roughly speaking, 1200 grams.
Nice, yeah, that's good. Can you buy a solid inner for it?
No, not that I'm aware at the moment. No, it just comes as is like that.
But this is very well made, I have to say. Looks quality. But anyway, we will look at that more in the morning. We're going to have something to eat now, and yeah, it's a really mild night and a lovely place to pitch.
A beautiful night. Just after 6 AM on day 2. Hello.
Well, morning. We had quite a cold night's sleep last night. I think the cloud cover went and temperature just suddenly dropped. But I think we both slept well.
Yep, not bad at all.
Yeah, I think we both slept well. Yeah, it's a little bit of cloud coming in over the mountains here. It's a bit like the fog.
I love the way it's just creeping down slowly.
Yeah, it's great.
You can actually, it's not even slowly, it's quite coming in quite fast, isn't it?
But it was my birthday a couple of days ago, and Paul has kindly brought me some really nice presents. So this is from these are from a company called Farpoint, and they do like really light, fluffy stuff. How I'll describe it.
That's a really good way to describe it. Yeah.
And he's brought me some these mittens, which are just really light, and then also kind of like these booty things. I don't know what the official name is for them, but
Camp socks.
camp socks. So I've got these lovely fluffy camp socks. So I'm going to try those out tonight. But that's really nice. I mean, they're amazing because they weigh absolutely nothing. So yeah, thank you, Paul. That
You're
was
very welcome, mate.
that was really kind of you. Right, so we're just going to have some breakfast. Although mine consists of this protein bar and some saurine. Oh, and Paul's given me this high caffeine performance thing, which yeah looks interesting.
Try and put a little bit of kick in your step.
Yeah, I'm probably going to need it. And this is the waterfall that we pitched pretty much right next to. It's just here. We didn't really want to pitch here because it's right next to the path, but we just ran out of light, so we didn't have any option. We just couldn't find anything else. There was just off the path here. There's this kind of real flat bit where you could pitch probably about 10 cents, but because it's right on top of the quarry stone, you couldn't get your pegs in. Right, we are all packed up and ready to hit the trail. Paul's just been doing some drone footage. Hopefully he'll share some of it with me. Good, great. He got some spectacular shots of the waterfall. So yeah, we're heading up this way to the Old Man of Coniston, just over the Old Man of Coniston, and then I think we're on the summit for a little while, then we're coming back down into the valley. Going through Langdale, I think, today, so I think we're going through the Langdales, and then we're just going to see how we get on. We're leaving quite early, it's coming up to 20 to 8, so we've got plenty of time today, so hopefully if we've got enough energy, we'll make it up to our next summit. Right, let's hit the road. So we are at Goat's Water. Thanks for that, Paul. So we had thought about trying to come here last night to pitch, and as it works out, there are a nice couple of pitching spots, but we just ran out of time, so we didn't have enough time to make it, which was a shame. Lovely where we pitched, but yeah, it would have been nice to have made this. Definitely much colder here. You got the Old Man of Coniston just up here, and I think we're heading up there somewhere. If you're doing the mountain route, this is a good place to pitch a tent. Right, so we've just summited up from Goat's Water, which was quite a hard climb. So pretty tired now. But yeah, we're just up by Brim Fell now. It's just a bit further up. Absolutely epic views up here. And we've been so lucky with the weather so far. So lucky with the weather. So, we were just remarking how much better it is, no offence to the actual route, but walking this version compared to walking down, which is still delightful and much easier, walking down Coniston Water. So that's where we would be walking down in the distance there. Obviously it's a lot flatter than this, but definitely not quite as epic, that's for sure.
You're almost on a knife edge up here, and you've got views off both sides.
Yeah,
it's really beautiful.
You've got amazing views on either side. I mean, we've came across a few pitching spots as well, so yeah,
yeah, you could definitely come here and do an amazing wild camp. Right, so we've just come on this plane crash site, which is a Halifax bomber. So crashed in 1944, 22nd of October 1944. Eight crew members from Canada, apparently, so a chap was just telling us. They all lost their lives, unfortunately. Apparently crashed from over that direction in bad weather. So I've got this shrine here. And there's a part of I don't know what that's from, not into my plane, so I have no idea. And then Paul just said there's like a melted bit of metal or something down here. Oh God, yeah.
You can see it's still got like a piece of the actual engine turned bit.
Yeah.
Possibly a piston or something's been in.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is just completely melted.
Ah, that's quite poignant. Nice.
Excellent, Texas.
Yeah, that's right. Oh. So we've just come off the summit where we were, and we're now heading into Little Langdale, where we are hoping to get some food because we are both starving. There is a pub in Little Langdale, so it's hoping it's open as it is a Monday.
It'll be open, it'll be fine. It's tourist season.
Oh, right, we just diverted off the route a little bit and went to stopped off at Little Langdale. The mountain route doesn't go through Little Langdale, so yeah, we came off and went to the pub, and neither of us can remember the name of it. It's the Three Shires. Three Shires in, and it was a good little spot, very popular little spot. Food was a bit expensive, I think. The burgers were rather excessively priced. How much were the burgers?
£17.50.
£17.50.
English pounds as well.
English pounds. Oh yeah, here comes your mate. But they had a nice little selection of ales on tap, and the food we had was quite nice. So definitely recommend stopping in there for a bit of a refreshment break.
Yeah, staff were very nice, weren't they?
Staff were very
friendly
nice,
guys.
very friendly. Yeah, they topped up the water for us, and we've also got a couple of flapjacks to go.
Like door stops as well.
Door stops, yeah. They've added about 5 kilos to my backpack. And Paul didn't even offer to carry his.
Nope, but I'll eat them.
Right, we are in the Dungeon Gill Hotel. We just had a pint in the Walker's Bar, apparently it is. And it was, what was it like?
No comment.
There is another bar over there, I don't know what it's called.
Lanty Sleaze, apparently.
Lanty Sleaze, that's correct. If it's not, I'll put it up on here. But we've actually decided tonight to stay in the National Trust campsite. I stayed there before when I did the Cumbria Way last time. I stayed there. Really nice campsite. We haven't booked, so we're just going to rock up, knock on the door, and see if they'll let us camp. I'm sure they will. Because if they don't, we're going to have to find somewhere else to pitch.
It's interesting if they don't.
yeah, and my feet are killing me as well. So we should have come here first of all, because they got some really nice beers. We've got some Ware Mango Fierce to Tread. It's like a mango, pineapple and lime IPA type job, which is quite good. And look at this carrot cake. So yeah, we're stuffing our faces with carrot cake, but to be fair, we need the calories. I don't think we're going to want dinner after this, are we?
Probably not, no.
Oh, well.
Or breakfast.
Right, we are in Great Langdale campsite, and yeah, we decided to not wild camp tonight. I think we were both a bit exhausted. I was fine. That's him, Mr. GR11 or 12 or whatever number you want to pick. So we actually turned up. What time did we turn up? About 6:45 or something, or a bit.
Yeah, it was about 7:15.
About 7:45, and we got to the, because we hadn't booked, and we got to the entrance and it said reception closes at 6. We were like, but we walked in, went to reception. Obviously it was closed, but a girl came out the door and said, "Oh, you wanted to camp?" I said, "Yep." And they said, "Just no, it's fine. Honestly, there's no wind. It's like, it doesn't bother."
Are you sure? We're not looking at them, and that one's like straight up.
That's fine. Honestly, there's no wind. If there was wind, I'd be bothered, but I'm not. He's messing with my tent. So leave my carbon pegs alone.
Oh, 72 grams a piece there.
Alright, Mr. Tarp tent.
1,200 grams. It's like carrying a tank.
Yeah, that's true. Mine's 1,100 grams. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes. So the girl said, yeah, just pitch up and pay in the morning. So that's good to know, that if you do arrive late, there are options that you could pitch up. Whether we were contemplating just pitching up if we didn't find someone, and then going and paying in the morning. So that is a possibility. Paul's desperate for another drink, so we're going to head to the old Gill dungeon, I think, and have a couple of beers there. I think whilst he's picking the fluff off his.
Yeah, I'm molting.
Off his. Okay, do you want to go?
As Glaramara's closer than we thought, or than I thought.
Yeah, Glaramara.
Glaramara, I think
Glaramara.
it was.
Glaramara, isn't it? Yeah, Glaramara is a lot closer than what we initially thought last night. So we thought it was about 10
about 11 miles or something.
It's only about 6.
So we can do that, wrong. And I think it'd be a bit silly just to hang around up there just for the sake of a summit camp.
Yeah, so I think we're going to have to come back down. But I don't know where we're going to go then. So I think it's going to be another day of just seeing what happens, really.
There seems to be a few more little villages and little hamlets we passed through today compared to the last couple of days. There hasn't been a great deal, has there?
No. Because today would traditionally be you'd go up over Stake Pass, then Stake Gill. So we're splitting off and going the other way instead of going up Stake Gill. So today is the highest. It's the highest day actually. I think High Pike at the end is the highest day, but today is one of the scenic ones on the traditional Cumbria Way route. So we're kind of like diverting off a little bit, staying on the summit for a bit, and then dropping back down. So I presume it comes back onto the Cumbria Way relatively quickly after that. I think.
Hope. It's crossed. Now we'll find something, fella. Easily.
We are just leaving Great Langdale campsite. I stayed here on the Cumbria Way last time, and it's a great campsite, so I highly recommend it. We paid £16, was it? £15. £15 for the night. So it's not the cheapest campsite on the Cumbria Way, but it's really good. Really flat pitches, loads of space, great facilities, clean toilets. Drinking water from the tap so you can fill up, get beers from the shop, bacon baguette, coffee. It's good. So definitely, we're coming through the Langdales, then Great Langdale campsite.
Right, so we're just at the part now where the normal Cumbria Way would head up Stake Pass to Stake Gill. So yeah, the path is just over here. You come across this bridge, and then you veer off to the right and go up into that ravine, just up there. I don't know whether I've got that the right way around. But we are heading up in this direction, so we're veering off this way as opposed to going up Stake Pass and Stake Gill. Last time we did the Cumbria Way, this whole valley was grey and wet and miserable as hell, but it's looking a little bit prettier today. Still quite overcast and was really windy back down there. But as you can see, it's absolutely stunning down here, stunning scenery. And it's even more stunning once you get to the top. Like I said, I've done the main Cumbria Way, so when you go up Stake Pass and Stake Gill, come over the other side, it looks spectacular. And I'm expecting similar views on the other side as well. Let's go and find out. Yeah, it's not bad. Here we are. This is Glaramara. Finally made it, and it seemed to just go on forever and ever and ever. It was like false summit after false summit, and yeah, it was. I found it quite hard going. I think Paul's okay. Are you okay, Paul? Yeah.
Dandy.
Paul's dandy. I mean, look at these views. Just epic. It's worth all the hard work. Wow, isn't this amazing? We found a stunning pitch. It took us a little while to find a couple of flattish spots. We're just not far from Glaramara, which is just over there, and we've come off the path a little bit, and we've managed to find just an absolutely epic place to camp. And we've actually got some pretty epic weather as well. I think it's fair to say, Paul.
I heartily agree, Mark.
Yeah, there you go. So Paul's got his tarp tent, blah 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 set up.
That's exactly it.
I've got the X-Mid 2 set up.
Don't say it like that.
I didn't say it like anything. I have the X-Mid 2 set up. That better?
Yeah, that's lovely.
Great. So there's a slight breeze, which is a cold breeze, but when that sun comes out, it just warms everything up. And actually inside the tents, it's like really, really warm. Indeed. So we can see Keswick in the distance. You can just see the peak of Skiddaw. I think it's there. It's hard for me. Oh no, over here. the peak of Skiddaw just over there. So yeah, we've got to walk all the way down there, and that's where we're heading tomorrow. We'll probably stay in a hostel. So the pitch of the X-Mid is looking a little bit not great, to be honest. Amateur. Yeah, amateur indeed. It slopes off on this side here, the ground. So I think it's, unfortunately, this side's a little bit bleh. The other side's fine, but yeah, it's just that one side isn't great. But it is what it is. Right, let's have a look at this tent. So this is the tarp tent.
Get your filthy mittens off my tent. It's the tarp tent, double rainbow, double wall, ultra.
Great, there you go. So it's got this porch here, which is really cool. So you stick your trekking poles up, and you've got a little porch. Let's have a look inside. Oh, nice and cosy. So this is classed as a 2-man tent. Kind of a 1.5 man tent. Yeah. But that's not unusual. But there's just nice amounts of space in here. Perfect for one person. I mean, you won't want 2 people in here, I don't think. But for one person, it looks really, really good. Really, really nice. And you get the nice sun shining through there, through the ultra fabric.
If it's a nice night, if it stays fine, I might roll the canopy back.
Yeah. So there's another feature. You got a canopy as well.
Yeah. Well, you can roll the outer skin back.
Yeah.
So you can roll it like half from either direction. You can roll it right to the centre of the tent, so you've basically got the half that you're in now has still got the canopy on, but this half would literally all just be mesh when you're looking up.
Right,
so
okay.
You can stargaze. It's a really nice feature.
Yeah, that is a nice feature. Yeah, me likey. Very nice indeed. And it pitches really nice and taut as well, which is nice. And it's quite sturdy, so it's yeah.
Put a couple of extra guys on the ends.
Okay.
Just basically because I wanted to. I don't expect.
No, we're not expecting any
nasty
tonight, but you never know when you're up a mountain, to be honest. Things can change pretty quickly. Right, so yeah, the plan for tonight is we're just going to have a chilled out one, and then we're going to have an early night, I think, and then we're going to get up early, and we're going to crack on and head on into Keswick, and then hopefully we can relax in Keswick a bit, have some beers, some nice food. But yeah.
Still not had a burger.
Yeah, burger. I'm dying for a burger. Although I quite fancy a pizza now.
Don't you?
Got a bit of a pizza. No? Is that bad?
Well, you got me thinking about burgers. Now you're talking about pizzas. It's just unfair, Mark.
Sorry. On that note. Morning, and it's a very cold morning. It's about -6 up here. As you can see, there's lots of frost on the tent. It was a very cold night. I wasn't warm at all. Started getting really chilly probably around, I don't know, 4 o'clock-ish, half 3, 4 o'clock-ish, and I can really feel the cold. But it is biting up here. I don't think it's supposed to get above 3 degrees today up here. It is supposed to be clear, so once that sun kind of starts beating down, it might help warm things up a bit, but in terms of the actual air temperature itself, it's going to be a chilly one. But down here we're just shielded from it, and it's yeah,
It's nice. So we're heading to Keswick today. We're struggling to find accommodation down there. The hostel's all fully booked, and there's not much in the way of B&B. There's like a travel lodge, I think, but it's quite expensive, so not quite sure what we're going to do yet in terms of getting accommodation. Well, as you can see, we've got an amazing sunrise going on. Really epic. Keeps kind of going behind some of the clouds, but obviously that's going to keep rising and look pretty spectacular across this mountain range. It's bitingly cold, but we're hoping that once that sun rises, it should hopefully warm everything up a little bit, just take that edge off. But as you can see, it's going to make this whole mountain range look absolutely glorious in a few moments, I think. Epic. Right, we are all packed up and ready to hit the trail. So we're heading off into Keswick now. We've just been pottering about this morning. It's been really nice with the sun just kind of bathing us in its warmth. It's still really cold, like the wind's really cold, but yeah, that sun's really nice. But we're keeping on our jackets to start off the hike with. So I think once we get over this ridge here, that wind's going to be a little bit more unforgiving than it is here. Right, ready?
Aye.
Let's hit the road. So that's where we were camped, just up there. And we've got a bit of a drop now. Should be quite interesting to navigate. Like a pro. So we just come off the summit where we were camping, and we were just deciding, because the official mountain route will take you, whether you probably can't see this on the screen,
It's way, yeah.
so yeah, it takes you right off the
This big dog leg.
and or you can straight line it. But we don't know what's in Seathwaite, but you know, probably not a huge amount, I would think. So we're thinking of kind of just coming off the route a bit. I know, naughty, and heading straight for those white buildings over there, which we think there's a hotel, and we think there's some kind of cafe there. Is there a cafe there?
There's definitely a cafe, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's some sort of National Trust place.
So a cafe there. So we're going to head straight over to there, rather than going where the official route does say, which kind of diverges you. So you can take either, but we're deciding to cheat.
Dirty cheater. Oh right, no, I've not used that either.
Right, we've just been to the youth hostel. I don't know what it's called actually. Is this youth hostel?
Longthwaite, I think it is.
Longthwaite Youth Hostel, which you can camp at. There are camping grounds here. Unfortunately, they had no hot food on, which was a bit disappointing. Don't know why.
It might not be.
But the coffee was delicious. So we had coffee, 2 cups of coffee, and the only other thing we could have really was some cookies. I didn't have any cakes either.
but that's okay. We're now replenished-ish, and we're hiking into, where's the next stop?
Rothwaite.
We're into Rothwaite next.
Sorry, mate. I'm ruining your shot.
You
Sorry
really
for
are
that.
ruining my shot. Get out the frame. Right, we are in Rothwaite. So if you go past the youth hostel for a little bit, only about a mile,
No,
not even that, half a mile, and there's this lovely little place called the Block Inn. It's a little tea room, but they do bacon sandwiches, they do all sorts of stuff, don't they? Like soup,
like
it's all
butchers as well, yeah.
butchers, it's freshly made, and there's all sorts of drinks here, cakes. Definitely stop in here. Don't bother. Sorry, youth hostels, youth hostel association. But this is the place to be. They're really friendly as well. Really nice. There's a little garden out the back, but we decided to sit out in the front because it's a bit windy out the back. But even sitting out the front is quite a delightful view. Apart from that, of course. So yeah. Block in Borrowdale. What's this called?
Milligan Dalton Cave.
Milligan Dalton Cave. So on the trail beyond Rothwaite, so keep a lookout for this. It's on the left-hand side of the trail. So we're just taking a little look at. Right, so we are at Derwent Water. Which is quite lovely, and Keswick's on the other side of here. The official Cumbria Way goes that way. We are going that way and up over some of these interesting looking hills. So we've got quite a climb to do. But I don't think we're on them for long, are we? It's kind of up and then back down. So
A couple of small up downs.
whereas if you go the normal route, it's quite flat. How you feeling, Paul?
Yeah, not bad at all. A little bit of a sore left foot, but nothing too major.
Yeah, I have to say I've been wanting to crack on today, and I've been having to wait for Paul all the time because he's just like going so slow. This is the Borrowdale Hotel, which you pass on the mountain route, and all walkers are welcome, all hikers are welcome. So you can stop here for a pint, and they serve bar lunches.
The doorway mark.
There's a doorway, and we all know Paul and his doorways. It's quite a grand place as well. Right, so we're just at the top of the first incline as you come off the road, which isn't too bad. It's not too bad at all.
Very short.
Yeah, it's very short. It's quite steep, but the path's quite nice and easy. And then we carry on down here. The trail goes down here, but we're not sure whether. We don't think we're going right to the top of there. That seems a little too high. I think we're probably going along, kind of just off the summit, and then back down, I think, but we'll soon find that out. Literally from where I just was speaking to you last, I came across this beautiful waterfall. That really is quite rapid, quite epic.
Well, you're greeted for a pretty epic view of Derwent Water. Come up here. It's absolutely glorious. If you can get this on a lovely sunny day, it just looks absolutely spectacular. Oh, I've been probably saying that for the whole journey. This is spectacular, or this is epic, but just beautiful. Right, we're on the final ascent of the day, and this is what we're greeted with, which is pretty steep. That's not the main problem, but it's pretty overgrown, as you can see. Ouch. So if you've got shorts on, you might get a bit scratched. It doesn't last for long though, to be fair. So we just got to Waller Crag, which I think is the highest point, isn't it? I think this is as high as we go now before we descend into Keswick, which is just down there, and you're treated to a beautiful view. Pretty much 360 degrees of views. Very nice. I have to say, we're looking forward to getting down to Keswick, having some nice food and some beer. Just in case you get lost. So we're just coming into Keswick now, and we are really looking forward to a pint. But it's been a lovely walk, hasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
really,
Pint is just
really
what I
enjoyable.
need.
And yeah, we're looking forward to having a pint and putting our feet up a bit. Right, so we are in Keswick, 2 pints down. Looking like total tourists with our backpacks on whilst I'm filming. We're now going to check into our hotel, and then we're going to freshen up, a well needed shower, that's for sure. And then we're going to head out, have some beers, and have something to eat. Lots and lots of junk food, I think, is on the menu. Right, we're on day 4. Yeah, day 4. We've just left the travel lodge. Premier Inn. Just left the Premier Inn. Tired. Just left the Premier Inn, which was very nice. Actually, very nice Premier Inn. So yeah, it's a good place to go. It's not very cheap. It's quite expensive, but what did we pay? £126. So not the cheapest, but a nice Premier Inn. Yeah, nice breakfast as well. Your other option is to stay here at the Youth Hostel Association hostel. I stayed here when I did the Cumbria Way last time, but it gets very busy very quick. But it's right on the riverfront. They only do private rooms. I think they do have a dorm as well, but it's mostly just private rooms. So if there's like 2 or 3 of you, it's a no-brainer. You know, book it in advance. And it was like 60 quid, was it? Yeah, 60 quid for a private room. And it's good. They got a bar downstairs, and they do nice breakfasts and stuff like that. So that's what I would aim for first if you're looking to stay in Keswick. Today's journey is up there, up to Skiddaw, and I think this is probably going to be the most challenging day we've had so far, because there's quite a lot of ascents and descents. So this could be fun. Right, first things first, we're on day 5, not on day 4, we've just realised. We've completely lost track of time. Right, so this is where it splits off. Cumbria Way official route goes that way, we're going up there. And you can see that trail that winds all the way up, which will eventually lead on to Skiddaw. And if you go that way, you'll go around the side of this hill here, and that would eventually take you to Skiddaw House, which we don't actually see on the mountain route. So on the mountain route we won't go past Skiddaw House, so if you do want to see it, you have to kind of come back on yourself and then go back again.
What is it, the highest hostel in the UK?
I think it's the highest and most remote, something like that. I'll put it on the screen. I can't remember exactly what the official thing is behind it, but it's very, very remote, to put it that way. It's quite awesome to see because it's just in the middle of nowhere. It's crazy. Oh, and you can stop there as well. You can stop for tea and coffee and stuff, and they've got some snacks. And there's an honesty box there, so you can just leave that. And obviously you can stay there as well, of course. This is it, the top of Skiddaw, pretty much. It's just started to snow. Not much, but there's a few snowflakes coming down. It's got a slight more ascent, but this is pretty much the top. I think the cairn's just up here. This is it now. We say goodbye to the mountains, and really we've got High Pike's the last mountain, but it's tame compared to what we've just been through, which has just been absolutely epic. And I'm going to be sorry to see it go, leaving this amazing scenery behind. And it's been one hell of an adventure. It's been hard work. I tell you, Paul's a lot fitter than I am for this sort of stuff, and I've struggled quite a bit. But yeah, I'm just so glad. Although we've got a few more ups and downs to go, this is as hard as it's going to get, and this is the summit. This is the top. I've done that. This is it. This is the highest point
of the Cumbria Way Mountain Route. After all of this we've just come across, and we have reached the summit of Skiddaw. It's just epic adventure. It's not over yet. We've still got 26.5 miles to go, but it's pretty much all downhill from here, bar a couple of inclines. We're going to be leaving all of this behind. Summit of Skiddaw. I don't know whether you can see, but Skiddaw House is just in the distance there. So on the main route you'll come past Skiddaw House and then go down there. But obviously that's something that we are not doing. How you doing, Paul?
Doing all right, Mark.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely dandy.
Is this just what you needed?
This is exactly what I needed.
Great. Glad to hear it. Right. We're at Great Calver, which was harder than I was expecting it to be, because it's an almighty climb up to Skiddaw and then you come back down. So Skiddaw's over here and you come all the way down into the valley, then back up. Sorry, you probably can't see me, like a bit of a silhouette. Back up onto here, and that really took it out of me because I was already knackered from the climb to Skiddaw. Oh. And we've still got a bit to go, so I'm guessing we're going down here and then across here, up there, and then along there, and I think that's High Pike there, I think.
That seems about right, I think, mate.
Yeah, either that one or that one. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's that one up there. Anyway, we'll soon find out. Still got quite a way to go. Struggling. Right. This is take 2 because I was just recording one and it wasn't recording. Anyway, so this is not, and it's hard going. It's been a hard day. It's been a slog getting up here. We're still not finished. I'll show you why it's hard, because this is the top of Skiddaw here. So come all the way up here, up to Skiddaw, all the way down to the valley, and all the way back up to here, back into the valley, and then all the way up here. It's been brutal. I'm absolutely knackered. Paul's all right. Paul's done much harder terrain than this, much longer and harder days. But me, I'm finding it tough. So looking forward to getting to wherever we decide to camp or sleep for the evening. So we think we can see Lingy Hut from here, which is just down there, and I think that High Pike is here. I'm pretty sure that's High Pike then. So yeah, it's not looking too far now, but it's freezing cold, so there's no sun, although it looks like we might start getting a bit of sunshine, which would be nice because we need it, because it's cold. We're back on the normal Cumbria Way route, and we're just it's actually quite nice down here. The sun's out and we're shielded from the wind, and
First time all day
it seems. Yeah, and we just come up to Lingy Hut, which is just there. And the last time I was here, like you couldn't see that until it was like you were right on it, because the clouds were down. It was the wind was howling. It was terrible conditions. But it's much different today. So let's go and check out Lingy Hut.
little view out the window, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So this is Lingy Hut. Which is very small. You can probably sleep 1, 2, 3 people. If someone's willing to sleep on the floor, on maximum of, I would say, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the floor.
You might squeeze 4 on the benches, possibly.
Yeah, but that'd be a bit of a squeeze. But it's nice. It's nice and warm in here. Out of that wind, out of the cold. So yeah, you're free to come and use this. If you're on the Cumbria Way, the route goes right past it. And you can come and spend the night here, get out of the wind. Obviously, if you are using it, you've got to be respectful. Leave it as you found it, keep it nice and clean. Sign the book. Very nice, isn't it?
It's pleasing.
Pleasing. It is pleasing.
Right then, we have decided to stay here.
Our options were we could, it's about 6 o'clock, we could motor on into Colbeck and stay at the campsite there, which is quite a nice little campsite, to be fair. It would probably take us a couple of hours to get there from this point, I would think, based on the speed I'm going. Or we could wild camp up on the summit of Hyde Pike, but we both don't fancy that. I think it's getting down to like -1 tonight. Yeah, we're just not feeling that. So I think we're gonna stay here. It makes tomorrow a little bit longer, so we've got a bit of a longer day tomorrow. But we can just take it easy, and it's very flat, the route. So yeah, we'll probably motor on quite quickly.
Morning from Lingy Hut, which is where we stayed last night. Didn't do any filming from within Lingy Hut because a couple of ladies came and joined us shortly after we got there. We were kind of all set up, and yeah, they came in. They're doing the Cumbria Way, but from north to south. So this is their first day. They were both really pleasant, so that was nice. We had a good chat with them. But Lingy Hut's quite popular, so you do have to be careful if you're going there. Make sure you don't arrive too late, because there was 4 of us in there, and it was tight with 4. You could squeeze a 5th in, I think. I don't think you'll squeeze 6 in there. But yeah, we had a couple of chaps. They rocked up at, we're not sure, we were all fast asleep, but I think they rocked up about, 11 o'clock or something like that. There was a few choice words when they saw that it was full, so I'm not sure where they headed off to, but yeah, if you're going to leave it that late, there's a big chance that there's going to be people in the hut. So I wasn't totally surprised that we had company. I'd have been shocked if we'd have had the hut to ourselves. But to be honest, it was probably better to have 4 of us in there because it was so cold. The hut's not warm, so if it is cold outside, it's going to be cold in the hut as well. And yeah, we were all pretty cold last night, I have to say. It was a cold night's sleep. Looking gorgeous this morning. The clouds up on some of the hills. So we'll be heading up that way, which should take us up to the summit of High Pike, and then we'll be then descending back down again, and then that's it. That's all of our mountains done. We'll be leaving all of this behind, and we'll be heading today, taking a slow trek into Colbeck, through to Durston, and then eventually into Carlisle. Right, this is it. This is the last summit of the Cumbria Way, regardless of if you're doing the normal route or the mountain route. This is High Pike. Got the tree point here. These stones, which actually come in really handy if the wind is blowing from this direction. You can, which I've done before, you can shield yourself nicely behind those rocks. There is pitching points here, so you could pitch your tent just here. It's definitely a pitching point, but it's looking beautiful over the farmland this morning, and that's where we're headed. So that's it. All the mountains are behind us, and heading back into civilization. But it is a lovely walk as you go along the riverfront. From Colbeck to Durston. It's a very nice walk.
Right, we've just stopped at the Muddy Duck, which at the moment in this temporary wooden hut here, but I think they're opening up just next door. As you're coming through Colbeck, look for it on your left as you come down into the village. We almost missed it, and honestly, the food is incredible. We've got a couple of sausage rolls in the bag. We've just had coffee. I had lemon drizzle cake, which was, I think, the best lemon drizzle cake I've ever had, and we had some bacon butties. We are all ready to go.
Yep.
You all set?
Set. Just what I needed.
Man, just what we needed. Yeah, just what we needed. Right, let's go. Where we started, ours wasn't 70 miles, ours was 80 miles. So this is Colbeck campsite. I stayed here on the Cumbria Way last time. It's a nice little campsite, just at the edge of Colbeck. The Cumbria Way actually runs straight through the campsite, so they've positioned this perfectly, to be honest. So at this point, where we reach this lovely church, you want to go down here. Right, I've got a gripe. This gate, this bridge, which you will eventually come across on the Cumbria Way, it's a nightmare to get with you packed through. Now last time I had a much bigger bag, so I'm going to see whether my slightly slimmer bag can get through it a little bit easier. But the last time I really struggled, and Paul just really struggled with his bag, so let's see how we do. I can do this. Stupid hip butt pockets. Great, enough to take my bag off. I had to take my bag off the last time I did that. It was so annoying. So we're just coming into Durston now. There's a pub on the way into Durston which we stopped at and had a pint. Would we recommend it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
There you go. Paul wouldn't recommend it. Paul wouldn't recommend it.
Wasn't
so,
very welcoming.
Yeah, they weren't very well. The welcome wasn't the best, I have to say. Beers were fine. Music was a bit. I won't name and shame, but it's a pub just before you get to Durston on the left-hand side, on a crossroads type thing by a bridge.
Right. Okay.
Right. So we've currently just left Durston. We've had a couple of beers. And I'm losing my checking poles. And this is kind of what you agreed to do with us as soon as you leave Durston. Unfortunately, not very scenic. Right, almost there now. Go up this bridge, top of here, turn right, and then we're almost there. Away, done. Normally you can go in there and sign a book, but it's closed, so we won't be doing that today. Right, so that's the Cumbria Way Mountain Route done.
Oh, here we go.
That's the Cumbria Way Mountain Route done, and yeah, it's not the most spectacular way to end it, but I think we've had a good time, have we?
Yeah, it's been great watching you on Instagram all the time, Mark.
Anyway, I hope you found this video useful. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them below. Please like and subscribe. And as always, stay safe, keep on trekking, and I'll see you on the next one.